Hi there, Alicia here. Just wanted to go ahead and post my response to this week's video of how I address the diverse learning needs of the students in my classroom. I think a good base is, again, having a baseline. Having that little baseline assessment for your students at the beginning, discussing if you can, if possible, how they did their previous year. Hopefully their teacher's still there and you kind of have a little of an idea of how they're doing, how they perform or whatnot. I think knowing that background of your student and what their abilities are is important when you are when you're planning a lesson. If you know that in math that a lot of your students vary in level, you have high level, you have medium level, and you have your low levels. I think that's important to know across all levels of the curriculum, not just in math, so that you could kind of plan instruction for that. If you know that you have a variety of levels for a math activity, then what you can do is during independent practice is have them, complete the same activity, but let's say there's some students who finished early, or there's some students who need a challenge, or there's some students that just aren't getting it. I've been in a classroom where I've seen a teacher have 3 different math activities for the students to work on. Some of the students were just at a different level, so they were given a more challenging worksheet, whereas the mid students had something that was just right for them, and the low level students had something that was just right for them. So differentiation, I think, is key when you're considering the diverse needs of the students in your classroom, and just being prepared for that and having those activities on hand. If you know that you have students who range in levels for reading, then you need to have materials accessible for them. Their book bins need to be specific to their reading levels. If you can, do intervention groups for the lower levels, then you need to do that. I think just doing whatever is needed, to meet the needs of those students is important. If you have students who have maybe special needs, or they are have a physical disability, then you need to know what adaptive technologies are out there to help those students enter into the lessons that you're doing in the classroom. And then I think what's also important is having a variety of instructional strategies. Again, we've learned that, I think, since I've been in the program at Alliant, is just offering students a variety of ways of showing their knowledge and understanding is probably the single most beneficial thing that you could do for a student in your classroom. We know not everybody learns the same, so I think really knowing how to scaffold and differentiate is imperative. So making sure all those students are participating, give them plenty of opportunities, have the group discussions, also have the think, pair, shares. I even consider a very diverse student that I had one year. He was autistic, high on the spectrum, and very low functioning when it came to conversation and talking and speech and just communicating with his peers. And, we were even able to find a way for him to participate in our discussions. Now, he wasn't communicative in terms of with his peers, but he didn't mind coming up to the front and leading the class and kind of being like a little teacher's aide. So it was a way, again, to have all students participate in the classroom. So I think the main things are just differentiating instruction, providing variety in your strategy, and then just knowing your students so you know what resources that you can provide to them to make them successful. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to hearing from you.